Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, and welcome back to our preview of each WSL team. Today we are looking at Everton. So the Toffees are heading into their second season under Brian Sorensen, and there's been a few changes at the club this summer, with Izzy Christensen retiring and Gabby George being a big departure on deadline day, heading over to Manchester United. So it was a big surprise, that one, getting done and dusted so quickly on deadline day, and it is a massive loss to Everton. According to reports, she had a release clause and Manchester United have paid that, and she has returned to the club where she was at the academy as a very young child. So that is a big blow for Everton. In terms of incomings this season, they've brought in Emily Ramsey back permanently from Manchester United. They've brought in Alyssa Ahern on loan from Manchester United, Carolina Olsen, a Danish midfielder, and Martina Piemonte and Heather Payne up top. So that gives them a bit more options up top for this season, heading into Ryan Sorensen's second season. However, I do think I am quite worried at that defensive loss of Gabby George, because she's such a key player to Everton's backline, and it does leave them very thin. Now they've just got Katarina Weiher, Natalie Bjorn, Megan Finnegan, Sarah Holmgaard and Elsie Stenovic at the back. So it's a very thin backline for Everton, and there could be some concerns as this season goes on. Obviously, it's we're talking about this early on in the season, and it may not actually be a problem, but having that player who knows the Everton defence as well as Gabby George does could be a big loss for them, which is what I'm expecting. Midfield wise, obviously they also brought in Justine van Havermaet, who was at Reading last season. Obviously Reading getting relegated from the WSL. Van Havermaet was their standout player by a country mile. Her added height can cause problems from set pieces, and expect her to be a very dangerous player in midfield. Overall good ball control, passing the ball out wide, and then like I said, getting onto the set pieces is going to be something very key for them going forward this season, the Toffees. One player I'm expecting to continue to grow and shine is Hannah Bennison, the young Swedish international. Such a phenomenal talent, and I think if Everton really want to crack on and go forth this season, Bennison's probably going to play a key role in that. Another player as well is Nicoline Sorensen, the Danish midfielder slash forward. Obviously came back from her long-term injury earlier on in 2023, so without any injuries, again, she's going to be such a key player to how Brian Sorensen's side play going forward this season. So I'm really intrigued to see how she can do it with a fully fit season under her belt. A look ahead to the first couple of fixtures for Everton to start the season. So they start off with a home game against Brighton and Hove Albion in a couple of days' time. Then they travel to Leicester City, and then their last two games in October is a Merseyside derby against Liverpool before playing Manchester United on the 22nd to conclude October. So going to be a really intriguing first month for Everton, because then there are some tough games. Obviously Liverpool and Man United are going to be on the top prospect of the fact that Liverpool being a Merseyside derby, heading over to Anfield, he's got all that big occasion behind them, and the Manchester United team that finished second in the WSL last season, obviously wanting to get back to being a top team in the league. And then again, Leicester City, a team that's improved under Willie Kirk since he arrived, and again another side I'm expecting to do really well. And then with Brighton, it's going to be a bit of an unknown fixture, so it could be a very tricky opening month for Everton, and it wouldn't surprise me to see if come the end of the season they are down there struggling because of the loss of Gabby George. And I think the depth at the back is something that could really cost them throughout this season. Obviously they've got the January window to come up in a few months' time, but for now it could be a bit of a struggle for Everton defensively. But obviously I'm just taking this into my wider prospect of things, and I'm looking just how I feel off the basis of just looking at their squad and the business others have done around them this season in the WSL this summer. I do expect Everton to be amongst one of the bottom 4 to 5 teams just because of the business they have done. But obviously very happy to be proven wrong in that sense. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. We'll continue our WSL coverage of each team later on today with our second preview, and we will obviously have a full preview of the WSL season on our podcast, so make sure you go check that out. Just type in Women's Football Talk on any podcast site and you'll be able to find it there and then. And in the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss anything, and that you are following us on Twitter and on Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And in the meantime, we'll see you soon.